Hey guys, and welcome to my review of the Seenda USB trackpad that was sent over to me for review. In the box, you get the trackpad itself, an instruction manual, and two decent quality USB-C cables of different lengths for connection, which is nice to have. The idea behind this is that it is an external trackpad that could be used with any Windows device right out of the box in place of a standard mouse or the built-in trackpad on a laptop. The fact that it uses USB-C versus something like Micro B is a nice addition to make it feel up to date. For build quality, the touchpad is primarily made out of a premium feeling aluminum material, and the whole device feels very sturdy and high quality. The bottom also has 4 rubber feet to keep it from sliding around. For usage, the top surface is made of a very smooth, although scratch-prone material that makes it feel very premium, at least on the surface. For general movement, the trackpad works alright and feels okay to use, however the accuracy is very mediocre and constantly had a jerky movement during use. I also noticed that trying to make a small, precise movement with this trackpad is very jumpy, which also makes general usage feel that much more difficult. In addition, there are some occasional glitches that make the trackpad unusable, such as the ability to click randomly cutting out until you replug it back in. In general, the accuracy of this trackpad could be improved, and it does not feel nearly as accurate as it should. This trackpad supports many gestures that make it feel natural to use, such as 2-finger touch for right click, 2-finger scrolling, pinch to zoom, and more. Since there are no physical buttons on the trackpad, you must just use its touch sensitivity to click. However, I noticed that there is a larger than typical amount of force required to have it register as a tap, which is not a huge deal, but just something to keep in mind. There are also these touch sensitive buttons on top, however the only one I found useful was the mute button, since the other ones worked only part of the time and did not seem very useful to me in the first place. Particularly, I found the enter button most strange, since I cannot see how it would be useful in most situations, and whenever I hit this button, it just glitches out the entire trackpad until I unplug it and plug it back in anyway. I personally wish that they just added volume control buttons in place of these ones. The main advantages I see over a mouse is that it is small and thin to travel with, and that it does not take up as much desk space, not to mention it's just another option if you plainly do not prefer a traditional mouse. However, for me, a trackpad in general is just much slower and less efficient than a mouse, not to mention playing most games is completely out of the question. Also, for travel purposes, laptops have a built-in trackpad, so it does not make sense for that reason unless the built-in one is truly horrible. So in all, the external trackpad is built really well and kinda works most of the time. However, it is not nearly as precise as it should be, especially for the price. It does not make any sense to me unless you really prefer a trackpad over a mouse or have another very specific reason that you would need a device like this. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and if you have any suggestions at all, please be sure to leave them in the comments section below.